I'm here with Miguel Laburu, Head of Solar Plant Services in the U.S. for TÜV Rheinland North America. I have a couple of questions for him today on solar plants. The first question is easy. What is happening in the solar plant industry in the U.S.?
So basically in the US now we have certain subsidies that will last for a couple of years. At the end of 2016, those subsidies, investment tax credit subsidies will be cut off to 10%, currently at 30%, and obviously the market will slow down from a potential 12 gigas in 2016 to probably around 4 gigas of new installations. After that, the new installations will be probably quite stable. At that time, probably the number of all installations over 5 years will increase, which will provide actually a very good market for operation services.
Oh, that's very interesting. So compared to other regions in the world, and of course in solar plant industry, how does the U.S. fare? How does it compare?
Well, actually, we compare the U.S. market with for example, the largest markets in the world, like the Chinese market currently, or the Japanese market. Japanese now is slowing down. It's something similar what is going to happen probably in a couple of years. Probably different in capacity, but both of them are reducing the subsidies. In China, we know that it's going to be is already probably number one market in the world for PV installations, and is still a while away from the mature market that we have already in the US. Future markets that we can address will be probably Brazil and India, which is actually becoming a very hot market nowadays.
And here in the US, what client segments do you address?
Well, the markets that we address in our services is very, very diverse. I would say that we can go from developers, we can address as well services to investors. We can do it for EPC companies, manufacturers, actually any stakeholder basically which is involved in this kind of systems or projects. We can address to them. We can provide different type of services. For example, I will say that for banks, are very interesting to be sure that they will be able to get back their investment in a few years. So depending on the stage, depending on the type of client, we can provide different type of services.
And if you're looking at your customers here, what are the top 3 challenges that these customers, these plant operators have? What keeps them awake at night?
Well, I would say that, for example, looking to different type of clients, I would say that probably, let's put it like that, developers probably at the beginning of the project, they have to be able to engage all the parts like EPC, be sure that the EPC is good enough to fulfill the requirements of a good product. Okay. Later on, for example, investors like banks, for example, that they want to be sure that when they invest in as I mentioned before, that they do invest in the projects. In the next following 3 to 5 years, they will be able to get the investment with a nice profit on the top. And then that's at the beginning. And during the commissioning or construction, for example, one of the important things that is, for example, the quality of the products that arrive on the power plant and will be installed. Many of them, for example, PV modules, due to different reasons, most of them in shipment are damaged, and we have to check them. For example, because some of our EPC companies, they really have concerns about the quality, and well, that's the reason because they contact with us. Finally, for example, for the operational side, one of the main issues that we are addressing are usually related with claims. Many of our clients, for example, the warranty is about to expire, and then they ask for a third-party assessment, and then when we come over, we provide support with a third-party assessment and report.
So ultimately, my last question here is, how can TÜV Rheinland help?
Well, as I have, you can see, TÜV Rheinland actually can provide services all along the life cycle of the project. From the beginning, for example, from the evaluation and design, we can go through all of the stages of the project to the operational stage, And in such a case, we can provide, for example, any kind of on-site inspection, assessments, or in the lab, for example, if you want to test you want to provide that we run any stress test, for example, to any of the PV modules or any inverter, or for example, during operational time, we can help not only for claims, but actually many times what we do is some analysis of what is the current situation of the power plant, so we can provide some inputs which can be probably help to improve the preventive maintenance.
Okay, thank you very much, Miguel.